Charlotte is about to look nothing like the city you think you know. Quiet streets are turning into vibrant hubs. Entire skylines are shifting. And what's breaking ground next might put this city on the national map for good. We're talking billion-dollar moves, unexpected transformations, and one project so massive it could change where people want to live and how they live forever. Whether you're thinking about relocating, investing, or just trying to understand where this city is headed, what's coming next might completely reshape your plan. From massive transit upgrades to cutting-edge neighborhoods, Charlotte is stepping into a future that's faster, smarter, and surprisingly different than what most people expect. So let's dive into 20 big changes already shaping Charlotte's future. And trust me, there's one coming up that nobody's ready for. Let me put something on your radar that most folks still haven't caught on to yet. It's called the Pearl, a world-class medical and research campus rising right in Dilworth. And it's not just another construction site. This thing is going to change how Charlotte attracts talent, builds community, and competes with major cities across the country. A major medical research campus was one of the last pieces we were missing to enter that next echelon of cities. Charlotte's finally stepping into that next tier, world-class status. And that's where I come in. I'm Joe McIntosh, a Charlotte realtor and military veteran. I bring discipline, strategy, and follow-through to every move. My contact info is on the screen. Get in touch with me. Let's build a plan that gets you home and gets it done right. And stick with me because in 60 seconds, you're going to see how the Pearl connects with one of Charlotte's biggest transit overhauls in history and why that combo could reshape the entire city. Now, the Pearl is just a few blocks from the future Gateway Station, one of the biggest transit projects Charlotte's ever seen. Think trains, light rail, and walkable city blocks, all connected right here. That combo of healthcare innovation plus next-gen transit, that's what sets this district apart. And let's be honest, this isn't a hospital renovation. Charlotte just dropped $1.5 billion on a whole medical innovation district. Here's what makes the Pearl a game changer. It's bringing 2 massive medical office towers, state-of-the-art surgical and research labs, 350 apartments, shops, public space, and over 5,000 jobs to the region. Now let's get into number 2 to talk about the Gateway Station. The Gateway Station is one of the most important projects in the entire Charlotte region, and most people still think it's just a train station. They couldn't be more wrong. What's going up just a few blocks from the Pearl is a multimodal transit hub that connects Amtrak, the future high-speed rail, the new Silver Line light rail, and every major bus route in the city, all in one spot. Phase 1 is supposed to open in 2026. And when it's done, it's not just going to change how you commute. It'll change where people want to live. But it's what's being built around that's the real story. The broader station district is a new neighborhood in the making, packed with apartments, hotels, retail, office space, and public hangout spots, all designed for real walkability. Uptown has been chasing Charlotte's business core for decades, but that's shifting. This area is becoming the uptown of the future, a true live, work, play district where you can ditch the car and still do everything you need. And next, we're heading to a piece of Charlotte history most people have never heard about. A once thriving neighborhood that was wiped off the map. And now it's being rebuilt from the ground up. Let me show you how Brooklyn Village is bringing the legacy back to life. You can't talk about Charlotte's future without looking at its past. And Brooklyn Village is where both collide. This was once a thriving black neighborhood in Uptown, wiped out during urban renewal in the 1960s. Now, after decades of silence, coming back. This isn't just a feel-good story. It's a $700 million redevelopment, bringing 1,300 apartments, shops, restaurants, a hotel, and office space, all designed to honor the community that was lost. But here's the real impact. It adds energy and culture to the Uptown core. It's not just about bringing life back to a part of the city that deserves it. And coming up, I'll show you how a former shopping mall is turning into a massive new district in East Charlotte. It's called Eastland Yards, and it's bringing nearly 1,000 new housing units, green space, retail, restaurants, and a brand new public plaza into the heart of East Charlotte. And I'll be real with you, I grew up in East Charlotte, spent plenty of weekends at Eastland Mall, the ice skating rink, the arcade. My favorite spot to eat was the jumbo corn dog place. That was the spot. And watching it sit empty all these years, that's been tough. For years, this area felt overlooked, but this project changes the story. Charlotte didn't just leave a dead mall to rot. They're turning it into a heartbeat for the east side again, with walkability, fresh infrastructure, and lower price points than other hotspots around the city. Buyers and investors are paying attention, and I think they should be. Next up, the River District. 1,400 acres of untouched Charlotte getting its shot. Let's talk about one of the biggest land developments Charlotte's ever seen, and barely anyone's talking about. Like, my neighbors don't even know it's a thing. The River District is a 1,400-acre master planned community along the Catawba River, and it's being built completely from scratch. We're talking 5,000 homes, trails, parks, shops, restaurant, office space, all blended into a walkable, nature-forward layout that's like if South End and Nashville had a baby on the river. This is a 20-year build-out, and phase one is underway right now. And once this starts hitting national headlines, pricing in this area is gonna hit tip fast. Think of this as the new Valentine on the river on the west side. Here's your real estate insight. If you want space, scenery, and long-term upside, this one's worth watching early. And if y'all are getting value out of this, do me a favor, smash that subscribe button to make sure you get all my future videos covering everything sharp. But next, we're heading uptown where a high-stakes project is already in motion. If it lands the way city leaders hope, it could change Charlotte's national spotlight for good. All right, uptown's about to level up again, and this one's big for both locals and the national stage. The city's investing over $275 million into upgrading the Spectrum Center, home of the Charlotte Hornets, including new fan amenities, exterior updates, and an entirely new practice facility and training center next door. But it's not just about basketball. This upgrade is the spark for a whole new entertainment district. Think concerts, restaurants, and nightlife, all right in the heart of uptown. Translation? This isn't just a facelift. It's a play to bring major events, national attention, and year-round energy back into Center City. And coming up next, you'll see what happens when a suburban business park trades cubicles for concerts. Now that sounds amazing, because you're gonna get greenways and luxury living. If you think Valentine is just corporate parks and khakis, you haven't been down there lately. Valentine Reimagined is flipping the script, turning this buttoned-up business hub into a legit lifestyle destination. We're talking apartments, greenways, retail, food halls, and a 3,500-seat amphitheater for concerts and community events. The amphitheater is pretty legit. And this isn't just surface-level beautification. It's ground-up redesign, built around living, not just working. And it's already putting new energy into South Charlotte. Young professionals, relocating families, and even big-name employers, Daimler are taking notice, because this vision of Valentine actually gives people a reason to stay after 5 p.m. Local heads up, you're going to see more mixed use, more density, and yes, more traffic. But you're also going to see value grow in parts of Valentine that could have felt sterile. Coming up next, we're going to talk about a creative hub rising out of an old military depot, and it's quickly becoming Charlotte's next coolest neighborhood you've never heard of. If you've been wondering where Charlotte's creativity lives, this is it. Camp North End is a former Ford factory and military depot turned into a 76-acre art, food, and innovation district just north of uptown. And it's not a trendy flash, it's a real deal. You'll find local restaurants, artists, artist studios, co-working spaces, breweries, murals, markets, and tech startups all jammed into one walkable space, and also one massive pickleball ball. Walkable space with room to grow. It's raw, it's real, and it's giving Charlotte something it's always needed. Vibe check, this isn't your polished suburbia. It's for folks who want energy, expression, and a neighborhood with personality. This is like buying in NoDa in the early 2000s. So look back at where NoDOT prices were, look at where they are now. This is the opportunity we have in Camp North End is to ride this wave of this neighborhood, get ready to go. Coming up next, the part of Charlotte that used to be ignored is suddenly where everyone wants a seat at the table, and it's not slowing down. This is where you'll find Charlotte's next big creative boom, and barely anyone outside the 485 loop is paying attention yet. Lower Tuck and the West End sit just west of Uptown. Think old warehouses, industrial bones, and decades of disinvestment. But now, they're being reborn into brewery studios and event spaces and bold new business concepts that don't fit the South End mold. It's where craft beer meets street art, where developers are rethinking what a neighborhood and where local creatives are finally getting room to build something fresh. Heads up, West Charlotte's not really a secret anymore. The momentum is real and the window to get in early is starting to close. And these are words many Charlotte locals probably never crossed. The West Side was forgotten forever, and it's amazing to see its rebirth, the money, the investment, and the beautification of a side of town that had been long forgotten. This one's no longer just a rumor. Charlotte bought the land. After decades of delay, the city's finalized the $74 million purchase of the O-Line rails from Norfolk Southern, giving it full control of the track for the future Red Line. This commuter rail would run from Uptown to Huntersville, Cornelius, Davidson, and Mooresville, giving folks north of the city a real way to ditch 77 and connect straight in to Gateway Station. Now this is major because if you've spent any time stuck on 77 headed north, you're just praying something happens. And this is it. This rail line's gonna be big. It's not running yet, but with the land secured and momentum picking up, this is the closest it's ever been to being real. Bottom line, if you live or invest north of Uptown, this line could reshape demand, commute, and home values really fast. And while the north side finally gets its shot, there's another line coming that could connect everything else east to west, the airport to Valentine. This one is even bigger. Y'all stay tuned. This is the big one. The Silver Line is a planned 29-mile light rail stretching from Gaston County to Union County, cutting straight across the city and connecting spots like the airport, Uptown, South End, and even East Charlotte and Matthews. It's like the Blue Line's older, bolder sibling designed to finally link Charlotte's east and west sides in a way that actually works. This thing would run through 29 stations, tied directly into the Gateway Station, and unlock huge development opportunities along the route, especially in spots that have been overlooked for years. If you're planning long term, whether you're buying, building, or relocating, this is the project to keep on your radar. Coming up next, we're going to talk about a historic pocket of Charlotte's South Side where tar meets growth and people can't move there fast enough. For years, South Park meant one thing: the mall, fancy stores, palace, zip codes of SUVs. But lately, it's starting to feel more like a city inside a suburb. Developers are reshaping this entire district with luxury apartments, office towers, boutique hotels, food halls, and even a walkable town center. We're talking legit urban vibes, not just suburbia in here. And don't overlook the shift. Younger professionals and relocating families and empty nesters are all targeting South Park now because it offers amenities without the chaos of Uptown or South End. Real estate note, there's some density and design coming, and lifestyle all converging here. And it's one of the few areas where high-end growth still feels steady and sustainable. Coming up next, an emerging skyline that's changing how Charlotte looks from every angle. And it's not Uptown doing the play. If you've been anywhere near South End or Midtown lately, you've seen it. Cranes, concrete, and towers going vertical fast. This isn't just more apartments. This is a skyline shift. Developers are betting big on South End becoming Charlotte's second urban core, with 40-plus story towers already approved or underway. In Midtown, it's closing the gap between Uptown and South End, with new high-rises filling in what used to be parking lots and drive-through. Why it matters? These towers bring density, jobs, luxury condos, hotels, and yes, more traffic. But they also raise the profile of the entire area and anchor Charlotte's status as a serious metro. Here's what you need to know. If you're watching long-term growth, follow the skyline. When it rises, everything else around it tends to follow. Coming up next, a greenway revival that's reshaping how Charlotte connects, recreates, and breathes. Little Sugar Creek Greenway, let's take a break from steel and glass because Charlotte's greenway system is quietly becoming one of its biggest lifestyle assets. At the center of it all is the Little Sugar Creek Greenway, a growing urban trail that stretches from uptown to the South Carolina border, eventually totaling over 19 miles. Right now, it's already transforming the areas it touches, connecting neighborhoods like Midtown, Elizabeth, and Cherry, connecting these places to parks, retail, and restaurants with no car needed. It's clean, it's scenic, and it's changing how people choose where to live, especially those who value walkability, nature, and a bit of peace without leaving the city. Insider tip, homes and developments near this greenway are seeing higher demand and for good reason. Access to trails is the new backyard. Coming up next, a project that's quietly stitching Charlotte together, and once it's finished, it might change how the entire city moves. If you want a glimpse of Charlotte's long game, this is it. The Cross Charlotte Trail, or XCLT, is a 30-plus mile urban trail system that will eventually connect Pineville to the south to UNC Charlotte in the north, cutting straight through the city with biking, walking, and park access the entire way. This isn't just a nature trail. It's an infrastructure project that links neighborhoods, boosts property values, and gives people new ways to move without a car. There's a trend here, especially near NoDa, Midtown, and bottom line, if you're thinking long-term growth, look at the path. Communities that connect to the trail are going to see lifestyle perks and rising demand. If you haven't checked in on University City lately, you're already behind. This area around UNC Charlotte used to be all campus and chain restaurants. Now, it's turning into a true urban district with light rail, walkable retail, new apartments, offices, and the growing tech scene. The Blue Line extension changed the game here, and now developers are following it with mixed-use hubs and transit-focused housing. It's younger, denser, and it's not done growing. Key takeaway, this isn't just student housing anymore. It's turning into a real community and the kind of place smart money is starting to follow. And that's an example of where you can see what the light rails have changed and how commuter access has changed neighborhoods. Coming up next, the lakeside community that's finally getting the upgrades it's needed and is bringing big returns for locals and out-of-staters alike. Lake Norman's always had the views, but now it's getting the access to match. New public boat launches, parks, greenways, and waterfront improvements are making this area more usable, not just for boat owners, but for everyday locals and relocating families looking for a little bit of lake lifestyle. Towns like Cornelius, Huntersville, and Denver are investing in walkability, waterfront dining, and better infrastructure. And the result? More reasons to live by the lake, not just visitors. Local alert. This area has always been a favorite, but with new access and lifestyle perks, even more people are making the lake their full-time move, not just a weekend dream. Coming up next, the kind of Charlotte comeback story you didn't see coming, and it might just bring back the energy. Let's be honest, Uptown's taken some hits. COVID emptied offices, retail thinned out, but the city didn't blink. Instead, it doubled down, and now it's fighting back with entertainment, food, and lifestyle. You've got projects like Queensbridge Collective, new music venues, upgraded nightlife, chef-driven restaurants, and even talk of a reimagined epicenter. This isn't about bringing the office crowd back. It's about giving people a reason to come uptown on purpose. Translation? Uptown's no longer just a 9-to-5 district. It's become a destination and a shift that's already reshaping what Charlotte's core feels like. Coming up next, one of Charlotte's most dramatic glow-ups from industrial rail yard to city-defining cultural hotspot. Number 19, South End, and Glow Up Camp. If you want a blueprint for a neighborhood transformation, look at South End. What used to be warehouses and rail lines is now one of Charlotte's most vibrant, walkable, and in-demand districts. We're talking brewery patio, rooftop bars, art murals, light rail stations, high-rise living, and some of the city's hottest dining, all packed into a few square miles. But this isn't just hype, it's sustained growth. Developers are still building, locals are still moving in, and it's where a lot of transplants want to land, especially younger professionals and remote work. Reality check, if you're hoping to get in early, that window's already closed. But South End still has legs, especially along its edges, kind of like down in Loso, where new projects are spilling out. Coming up next, the final piece, where Charlotte's future brain tower is being built and why it matters way beyond the tech club. Number 20, Charlotte's Innovation Corridor. Tucked between South End and Uptown is a stretch of land that's quietly becoming the brain of the city. And it's no accident. The Innovation Corridor is where Charlotte is investing in the future. Tech startups, co-working hubs, biotech labs, university partnerships, and medical research facilities. It's anchored by projects like the Pearl that we talked about, the Carolina Panthers headquarters, and Johnson C. Smith University's revitalization, and is pulling in talent from across the Southeast. Look out, Atlanta. This isn't just a buzzword. It's a physical zone where big ideas, capital, and culture are colliding. Bottom line, if you're relocating, investing, or building something here, this corridor is where the future is being written, and it's happening faster than most people realize. You've seen the projects, the neighborhoods, and the changes that are reshaping Charlotte. The city's not slowing down, and if you're planning a move, the best time to get your strategy in place is right now. Don't get stuck second guessing. Reach out, call me, email me today, and let's put together a plan that gets you in the right home, in the right neighborhood, the first time, without all the stress. I've been Joe McIntosh.